Commissioner Shepherd,
Present.
and Chairman Broder.
Here. All right, at this time, I would need approval for today's agenda. Motion to approve, please.
So moved.
Support.
Motion support. Any discussion or changes in the agenda? None. Just so everybody knows, before I take the vote, Caroline has asked that we make it clear who made motion and who supported for her minutes. So after each one, I'll mention who made the motion and who supported, so it's slightly different. So the motion was made by Cindy, and it was supported by,
I'll take it.
by Brad. Okay, motion and support. All right, all in favor of approving the agenda for tonight, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Agenda's approved. I'll need approval for the minutes of the March 11th, 2026 Board of Commissioners meeting.
So moved. Support.
Got a motion by Brad, support by Bill. Any discussion on the minutes? All in favor of approving those minutes, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Minutes are approved. This time we'd be moving to the approval of the bills. Commissioner Garber, please.
Thank you. I move to approve the invoice edit reports dated 3/12, 3/13, 3/19, 3/20, 3/26, 3/27, 4/1, 4/2, 4/9, and 4/10 in the amount of $10,277,347.58 and authorize the warrants be drawn from Treasury in that amount.
Support.
I have a motion with, I didn't see it supported.
I did.
Brad supported. Apparently I'm no better at than you are.
It's Commissioner Howard and Johnson that I can't
You're
tell.
asking a guy who's half deaf to confirm this stuff. All right, any discussion or questions on the bills? Seeing none, I'd ask for a roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Holzhausen,
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson,
Yes.
Commissioner Garber,
Yes.
Commissioner Howard.
Yes.
Commissioner Shepherd,
No.
Commissioner Haley,
Yes.
and Chairman Broder.
Yes. All right, this time we have our first opportunity for the public to address this board. I have one slip up here. Jacob?
Hi everybody, I'm Jacob Davis from Perry. Matt, you look familiar, I see one new face. So I'm here for the PA 116 for my farm at Perry. Just wanted to put a face to what you're voting for, and thank you for the opportunity. And this is my son Barrett. He wanted to come see what it's all about and show him what he's going to be doing in 20 years from now. So thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? All right, it's time to move along. Right now, I'd like to declare open the public hearing for the Brownfield plan for Crestwood Heights. This is the public hearing, so if anyone would like to speak specifically on that, now would be the time.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Justin Horvath, Shiawassee Economic Development Partnership, presented to the board the other night, so I won't go through a long story here, but obviously this is another exciting housing project that we're bringing forward by our friends at Allen Edwin Homes. Just to reiterate a quick story for those in the audience, a project that Allen Edwin is working on Durand, I believe was the first one of these that we did, and this board, in collaboration with the County Brownfield Board and the City of Durand, were able to get that plan approved in 9 days. And that sent a message to them that Shiawassee County was open for housing development. And it caused them to want to invest more capital and build more housing here. And that's really why we're here today, is they've identified 10 lots in the existing Crestview subdivision in Corunna that are ready to build on. And this plan will help to support that. And I believe we were talking before the meeting, get construction started before the end of summer. So they're ready to go, but they need to have approval on this TIF plan to be able to move forward. So we would ask your support for that tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Anyone else? Anyone else? Seeing no one, I would declare this public hearing closed now, and we can move on to committee reports. Commissioner Howard, would you like to start?
Yeah, so we had the planning commission meeting. We had one item before us. I think it was pretty unanimous in the way they passed it. Other than that, I did not attend the parks meeting, so that's all I have to report.
It's quick. Thank you. Commissioner Haley.
Nothing much for me either with Parks and Rec that I meet in this month, so we're going to meet next month.
Mr. Garber, you always have something.
I do, as a matter of fact. So I want to bring to your attention a slight issue that we have in veterans right now. So we previously had 5 VSOs, Veteran Service Officers. 2 of them were provided to us by the American Legion and the VFW. One of them did it for 30 years. Huge caseload, wealth of knowledge. For some reason he retired, I guess. But so that leaves us short. We don't know when those positions are going to be filled. That's not up to us. So we are doing a lot more with a lot less people. And at the same time, our numbers are increasing. So just to illustrate that, in January, 304 veteran contacts, February 318, 396 for March. So staff goes down, 100 more people come in the door. So that's, I'm not asking to do anything. I just want to bring it to everybody's attention and let you know that our staff down there, like I said, doing way more with less people. Wait times to get a veteran through the whole process is increasing. Doesn't mean we're not serving people. We are. Any emergent needs are handled immediately, but just something to keep in mind. Thank you. Yep.
Thank you. Commissioner Holzhausen.
Yes, I'm on the health board with Larry Johnson, and things are moving along all right. His budget's been cut slightly, but he's getting by and things are moving good. I'm also on the mental health board, and so far the state kind of wanted to privatize it, and I think the judge has kind of said that they're not going to let that, not unless they come up with a different formula. So that's kind of on hold, I hope. Also on the Shiawassee Council on Aging, Morris Center over there, it got too expensive to keep up the building, and so now they use it a lot, the Perry schools, and so they're gonna take over it, but it's getting all the legal things and signed, and they gotta take part of the building's gotta have some repairs, and we'll wait for the contractor to get those repairs to get that done. Also on the SEDP with Justin Horvath, he's got lots of grants going on and all kinds of things for the county and for all the businesses, so things are moving along good there. That's it.
Okay, thank you.
And not unless
Commissioner
there's some
Shepherd,
questions.
anything tonight? I'm sorry.
I said not unless there's some questions.
Oh. Commissioner
Yeah,
Shepherd.
I'll just reemphasize that the SCOA is waiting for contractors to do the repairs, and then they can turn the Morris Center over to Morris, and in turn, the Morris School District is more than likely gonna take it over for $1.
All right. Very good. Thank you all. Let's move on
I
to-
had just one thing to add to that SCOA conversation. Our board chair, Greg Broder, was instrumental in getting everyone to the table, and I don't think you gave yourself enough credit. I don't think this would have all worked out if it wasn't for you, so thank you. They won't have to have their bake sales now.
It is a win-win-win for
Yes.
everyone.
Yep.
In this case, the SCOA is going to have a payment that they can absolutely count on for a minimum of 5 years. It will be less than what what the building is costing them. The school wants it back, and the village wanted to keep a senior center, which it looked like for a while they weren't going to be able to. Everyone wins on this one. So
They do.
it's kind of an easy negotiation when everyone comes out ahead. So I'm very pleased.
But without getting them to the table,
Well,
together.
we're not quite across the finish line.
Okay.
We had a meeting today. I was going to talk about it, but since you brought it up,
Gary
yes,
brought it up.
we're very, very close, though. We're very close. There are just a couple of minor things there. The lawyers have to, talk to each other and cross the T's and stuff, but it'll work. It's all going to happen. We're still going to have a senior center out in Morris. I'm very confident about that. Okay, thank you for those kind words. Commissioner Howard.
Yeah, absolutely. I move to approve resolution number 26-04-07, approving a brownfield plan for Crestview Heights development.
Support.
I have motion support. Any further discussion on that?
Just very briefly, 10 lots in an already developed subdivision, so this is what they would call infill housing. We're building this, filling this in where a subdivision was and is meant to be. So,
Questions, anyone? Great thing. Voice vote on this one?
no, roll call.
All right, let's do a roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Johnson,
Yes.
Commissioner Garber.
Yes.
Commissioner Howard.
Yes.
Commissioner Shepherd,
Yes.
Commissioner Haley.
Yes.
Commissioner Olshausen,
Yes.
Chairman Broder.
Yes.
I move to approve the increase in fees for non-statutory functions and services of county equalization for local units as presented.
Support.
Motion with support by Commissioner Olshausen. Discussion.
Very briefly, equalization has a statutory function that it does, but it also does other functions for local municipalities. And those local municipalities can either do them themselves or hire them out to have someone else do it. They've had us do it for a long time, for a handful of them, and it has not changed the price in 14 years. So we'd like to increase the per parcel amount, to cover our expenses. Because keep in mind, we outsource all of equalization, so we do have to cover our costs, and we can't really subsidize any of the other local units that have requested us to do it. So we don't increase it, we can't do that. So
One of your jobs leaked over into your other job, so it won't be there.
oh, well.
Any questions? I'm curious on that. Oh, okay, roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Garber,
Yes.
Commissioner Howard,
Yes.
Commissioner Shepherd,
No.
Commissioner Haley,
Yes.
Commissioner Olshausen,
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson,
Yes.
Chairman Broder.
Yes.
I move to approve the 2026 total equalized valuation and resolution number 26-04-09 and authorize the board chair and county clerk to execute the L-4024, L-4037, and any necessary documents.
Support.
Motion with support by Commissioner Garber.
So very briefly, before I turn it over to Pete, because we have one little correction. So overall, the total equalized valuation is estimated to be about 4.2 billion, which is up from 3.98 billion last year. And what that, we can take and you look at the equalized value, last year it was 2.7 billion, and that means that this year it's 2.8, which is an increase of about $102 million, more or less. With that, usually, well, when I first got here, we would increase the amount of taxable value by about, or the revenues collected by about $900,000. But that was a result of the solar that we had. Because of depreciation, because that's personal property, it halved out pretty quickly and disappeared. Our standard growth rate is about $300,000. This past year is about $375,000. This year, we project that our growth of additional revenue that we would collect is about $550,000, which is good news. That means that's an increase. The $375,000 of that taxable growth was approximately 2% of the general fund budget, which is how the COLA adjustments were 2%. Because we had a 2% increase. And as you know, taxable value increases by 5% of the rate of inflation, whichever is less. And you do not want to be in an area where the taxable value goes backwards, because that's how people become underwater in their mortgages. We did have one error in one piece of industrial property in Woodhull Township that has to be factored. So that does change it slightly. That's why you have a revised one in front of you. Pete?
Thank you. For the first time in 12 years of us providing services with the Equalization Department, this is the first time that this has happened. What we have is that the assessment roll provided by an assessor in a particular class of properties, in this case Woodhull Township and the industrial class, does not meet ratio, which means with your adoption of this 4024, you're effectively factoring their roll to increase it up to between 49 and 50% of fair market value. This is the third time that I've actually done this, the first time in Shiawassee County. So I just wanted to acknowledge that, so that you're aware. I spoke with the township supervisor as well, informing them that this was going to happen. We just discovered this today. And we're going through those 19 properties in the industrial class in Woodhull Township to see if there's going to be any abnormalities in the actual tax bill as opposed to what they would have received under their previous assessment notice. And right now we're seeing just minor changes there, but I will report back to them and to you if it's going to be anything that's going to affect a property owner.
The overall change out of that 4.2 billion was like $32,000.
Yes.
So it's negligible.
That doesn't,
Yeah,
It
doesn't cause us to have to do anything different tonight.
No.
Okay.
No, you're just adopting the 4024 that's been handed to you revised that includes a factor for Woodhull Township industrial class. That's it. For us though, if we just felt, regardless of the impact, that we want to make sure that we're, presenting it to you and also informing the township.
I'm glad it's not me. That's, but I will just say from experience, especially in a class of 19, it's an easy mistake to make. And getting between 49 and 50% in a small class can be, one little thing can throw it off. So not a big deal. And
it's, for me right now, it's analogous to driving your car. All of a sudden it starts clunking, you get out, you open the hood, you kick it a few times, then you drive it again and it's fine. So we don't know exactly what the problem is, but the car's driving fine. We now need to find out what happened.
And that's something when we say the assessor, because keep in mind, the county does not have an assessor. So this is a local unit that turned that in and we have to adjust it. Because that's what equalization is.
which is our statutory duty as a board of commissioners to equalize.
Good clarification, thank you. Okay, thank you folks. Let me know if you have any
Thank you.
questions.
Further questions?
What effect will that have on property taxes?
None except for the $32,000 in value for that one parcel.
The one industrial parcel in Woodhull.
Industrial class.
Class,
Yeah.
sorry.
Most of those in Woodhull Township and Woodhull doesn't have a huge industrial base. They're mostly mining operations that have been in place for a number of years.
It looks like it's about $3 million worth of value. If I read it right.
About 1.4 in assessed,
Yeah.
and then it only affects taxable by 32, but spreading that among, they're gonna get their normal CPI increase that everybody else got.
Okay.
And just to clarify, those increases come from the state. That percentage comes from the state of.
Correct, the
The
consumer price.
49, I guess, could you explain the 49 to 50%, what that means, where you get 49% of the value from? It's from the state, correct?
By state law, we have to be within 49 to 50% of the fair market value. Fair market value is defined the previous year by equalization. And then as we roll to this end point here, everybody needs between 49 and 50. If someone is above 50, we factor them backwards. If somebody is below 49, we factor them upwards. But it's the Board of Commission's statutory duty, our statutory duty to report that, yours to affect it. If we do not affect this, then the state, if there's enough value change, the state can factor the entire county, the entire industrial class. May have happened in Woodhull, but once it goes beyond us, the state can then spread that among all the industrial properties in Shiawassee County. We want to take care of this now for these properties, and we'll keep in communication with the township and the property owners if need be.
We do not want the state helping us.
Yeah, wouldn't that be fun?
It'd be bad.
Oh,
But thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pete. Other discussion or questions? All right, a roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Howard,
Yes.
Commissioner Shepherd,
I'm gonna stay.
You can't.
Your duty is to vote unless you have a defined conflict of interest. We've gone through that previously with Commissioner Holtzhausen. I think it's pretty clear. So what's your conflict of interest?
Then no.
There you go.
Commissioner Haley,
Yes.
Commissioner Holzhausen,
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson,
Yes.
Commissioner Garber,
yes.
and Chairman Broder.
Yes.
I move to approve the PA 116 farmland agreement application for Jacob Days in Woodhull Township, parcel ID number 013-20-100-00.
Support.
Gary.
I have a motion. Who supported?
Commissioner Holtzhausen.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay. All right, discussion on that item. Hearing none.
Just thank you for coming, appreciate it.
Thank you very much. We'll see you again in 20 years.
Yeah, maybe 10.
I'll still be here. Roll call? Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Shepherd,
Yes.
Commissioner Haley,
Yes.
Commissioner Olshausen,
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson,
Yes.
Commissioner Garber.
Yes.
Commissioner Howard
Yes.
and Chairman Broder.
Yes.
I move to approve the PA 116 farmland agreement application for Robert McGold in Antrim Township, parcel ID numbers 015-21-400-001, 015-21-300-001-02, 015-21-300-001-03.
Support.
Motion support by Commissioner Garber. Discussion on that item.
Sure. First question, if I can read the numbers again.
Pardon me?
I asked him if he could read the numbers.
Moving on. Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Haley,
Yes.
Commissioner Olshausen,
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson,
Yes.
Commissioner Garber,
Yes.
Commissioner Howard,
Yes.
Commissioner Shepherd,
Yes.
Chairman Broder.
Yes.
I move to approve the appointment of Shirley Smith to the Planning Commission for a partial term.
Support.
Motion support by Commissioner Haley. Discussion on that item.
Very briefly, she was appointed to the ZBA last time. There's an opening on the planning commission. There is one person that is selected from the planning commission to also go to the ZBA. Right now, it is one individual who's on both, and he would like to step back from doing it, so that's probably will be her to go back for the two.
We statutorily have to have one person who serves on both, and this will be that person.
Yes.
And aren't we pleased?
Yes, and if I could say, we have Miss Smith here in the audience with us tonight. And she's doing a phenomenal job, and thank you for stepping up. ZBA and Planning Commission are tough boards to be on. Maybe planning, not quite so much, but you're doing double duty, so thank you. ZBA can be very contentious at times, and those decisions do not, as you guys know, come to us. So it's very important we get good people, and Shirley is good people, so thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, all in favor of approving that appointment, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Nay.
Appointment is. We have one no.
Of course we do.
Appointment is approved.
One more.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yep. I move to approve the minutes of the April 3rd, 2026 Economic and Physical Development Committee meeting.
Support.
Motion support by Commissioner Haley. Any discussion on the minutes? All in favor of approving those minutes, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Minutes are approved.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Garber, back to you.
Thank you. I move to authorize the clerk to fill a circuit court deputy clerk position at a grade 3.
Support.
Motion support by Commissioner Howard. Discussion on that?
Vacant position that's been budgeted.
Okay, anything else? Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Olshausen,
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson,
Yes.
Commissioner Garber,
Yes.
Commissioner Howard,
Yes.
Commissioner Shepherd,
Yes.
Commissioner Haley,
Yes.
and Chairman Broder.
Yes.
Thank you.
I move to approve the collective bargaining agreement between the 35th, 66th, and probate courts and the 35th, 66th, and probate court TPOAM Association.
Support.
Support by-
Three times.
Support by Commissioner Haley. Go with
We're
that.
just giving you a run
Just,
for your
I'm just
money
getting
today.
rid of here.
Discussion on that item?
Very, very briefly, so we have 7 unions in the county. Some of them are quite small, including the circuit court, which includes the front of the court. We have family court and probate court, which is one, and then we have district court. Altogether, those 3 units make up 16 employees. Judge Stewart had hoped to get them on a unified contract between all three of them so that there were not discrepancies or differences across them. Judge Stewart, Caroline Wilson, Eric, Greg, and myself met with the union and their representatives and worked through this over the last 4 months to come to this agreement. As you can see, they're now all going to be the same across all three units. There's only a 2% COLA adjustment, but I wish we could have given them more. But the fact of the matter is, as I discussed during the part of the L40 29, that we had a 2% increase last year of our revenue, which is all what we can really give for a COLA adjustment when that's all that we have. So in this, it is 2% for this year with a $750 signing bonus, retro pay to the beginning of the year, and once they have adopted it, they have adopted it, but once we have all the paperwork signed, we can then process their payments, and we're gonna do that as a separate payroll item in the next week or so. It's a 3-year contract, so wage reopeners in years 2 and 3.
Questions? All right, roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Johnson,
Yes.
Commissioner Garber,
Yes.
Commissioner Howard,
Yes.
Commissioner Shepherd,
Yes.
Commissioner Haley,
Yes.
Commissioner Olshausen,
Yes.
Chairman Broder.
Yes.
I move to approve the minutes of the April 13th, 2026 Finance and Administration Committee meeting.
Support.
Got motion with support from Commissioner Howard. Discussion on the minutes. All in favor of approving those minutes signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Minutes are approved. Thank you, Commissioner Garber. Commissioner Haley, please.
I move to approve the appointment of Carol Stevens to the Shiawassee County Jury Board.
Support.
Got a motion with
I did.
support by Commissioner Howard. Any discussion on that?
Very briefly, it's a 3-member statutory board. 2 of the members currently on there, because it's partisan, are Republicans. Carol would be on there as a Democrat to replace Wilma Bowen, who had passed away. You may remember Carol's husband, Joe Stevens, who was the county commissioner many years ago. He's passed away several years ago. She's a resident of the Grand area.
All right. Any discussions? All in favor of approving that appointment, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Appointment is approved.
Move to approve the replacement of an assistant prosecutor.
Howard supports.
Oh, that's good.
Good man. I like it. We'll get the hang of this. All right, I'm sorry, discussion on that item.
Budgeted position, assistant prosecutor left to go to Ingham County Public Defender Office.
Just in case anybody doesn't know, the way things are set up, anytime someone leaves, even though the position is budgeted, we still have to approve a replacement. It's just the way it works. It's fairly perfunctory. So that's what we're doing here. We're not creating new positions when we do this.
I wouldn't say it's perfunctory, it's budget control.
Yeah.
And that its purpose is because when someone leaves the position, then it is a budgeted position. And if someone leaves and you guys decide not to reappropriate the money, it doesn't get reappropriated and the vacancy goes unfilled. Because occasionally we have budget constraints and we have to shrink the budget. And so when people leave, naturally, that is a time for that to occur. So every time a position goes vacant, it automatically becomes unfunded and you have to reallocate the money essentially, because you are allocating for the position, not for the person. Like in a school board or some other areas, they bring you the person and they say you will now hire blah blah blah, and you say that person's name.
This is also done pursuant to your budget resolution, so this process, you've already decided that this is how it will go.
So we have it all budgeted. We voted on the budget. We're just replacing people for a budgeted position. All right, any further discussion on that? Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Garber,
Yes.
Commissioner Howard,
Yes.
Commissioner Shepherd,
Yes.
Commissioner Haley,
Yes.
Commissioner Olshausen,
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson,
Yes.
Chairman Broder.
Yes.
Move to approve the replacement of 2 correctional deputies not to exceed step 3.
Support.
Support by Shepherd. All right, discussion on that.
Very briefly, we have several correctional officers retiring in July. With that, you hire an individual and then they go through a training academy of sorts to become a certified corrections officer, as opposed to police officers who come in usually already certified. So this will help do some preparation for the retirements in July so that they can get certified. They're using one of their road patrol positions at this time to get 2 individuals trained so that they can hire some additional, and then at some point, once they balance out in the jail, they'll come back to fill that road patrol position.
Sheriff, how long does it take to train a correctional officer?
I want to say it's 6 to 8 weeks. Am I correct, Casey?
So we do an in-house training before they even count as a body, as far as custody, which is 6 weeks. And then we also have to send them to a corrections academy, which is an additional 4 weeks. So it's 10 weeks before they are certified.
MSP or?
There's different academies. We tend to use Genesee counties because it's more militarized. But typically, depending on where they live, we'll send them to either Genesee County to do theirs. Sheriff's Office has a nice corrections academy, or we'll send them to Lansing Community College.
And July is about 10 weeks away.
Okay. Other questions, comments? Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Howard,
Yes.
Commissioner Shepherd,
Yes.
Commissioner Haley,
Yes.
Commissioner Olshausen,
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson,
Yes.
Commissioner Garber,
Yes.
Chairman Broder.
Yes.
I move to approve the resolution number 26-04-08, submitting to a vote of the elected authorization to increase the telephone surcharge for 911 emergency telephone and dispatch services.
Support. Johnson.
Thank you. Motion with support. Discussion on that item.
You had a lot of discussion on it at your committee meeting yesterday where it was presented to you. Essentially, you are currently levying about 88% of the allowable amount from $2.65 to $3. That additional amount between there of going to $3, that 35-cent increase will generate about $256,000 additional dollars. As we discussed yesterday, it costs about $2.4 million to run 911. They receive about 2.3, and then they have a couple of other funds that they get money from, like the sale of the prepaid phones and stuff through the state. And so approximately everything that they take in is what they're currently spending to manage their budget. What this will do is this will provide money for them to build up a bit of revenue so that they can do these larger projects that were outlined to you yesterday. Because they don't budget for these larger projects the same way they build up a fund balance, and you then use the fund balance to do that. Even at this point, the fund balance, if they start building to it, will take several years to amass enough money to do some of these projects, which include a new CAD system, an additional tower in the eastern part of the county, a police radio encryption system, which is required by the federal government, fire pagers and server upgrades, to name a few. And keep in mind that this is just voting to put it on the ballot. The individual voters get to decide whether or not to increase this at the August election. With that, Sheriff is here to answer any questions along with Angie from 911.
I think it's important to note that we've held the line on this particular fee for 10 years now. It's been flat for 10 years. We're looking at about a 13% increase, about $4 a year for people. And if we don't do this, or if the voters decide not to approve it, it will, within a couple of years, I think, start affecting response times and other things, as well as investing in some of the things that we're going to be required to be investing in.
Well, and keep in mind, this is about long-term planning. It's a system that has to be maintained, upgraded, and even if this passes in August, the earliest that any of the money can be collected, I believe, is July of 27. So you have to plan this out for years in advance. And on top of that, they have to save the money for several years to be able to do these other things, because there is not enough money in their average budget. So if you take their $2.4 million budget, and you minus about $550,000 from it, that $550,000 is the licenses and fees and software and that they have to pay every year. The rest goes to operations.
Further comments or questions?
I had one thing I wanted to just highlight something Eric said yesterday, that not all of these projects are strictly required, but I think it goes to show how our 911 dispatch center works collaboratively with other emergency services in the county, and like the radios for the fire departments. And what that does is it improves services to all the constituents that we serve. So very important collaboration to have.
I think if anybody has to call 911, they'd rather not be put on hold.
And they would rather the fire department's radios work,
Yes.
and that we know where our police officers are.
Well, I think that's an important element. So sometime, I think it was in the 90s, when Central Dispatch was formed, all of the local units had to agree to sign up for it, because they didn't have to. They could still be doing their own dispatching. It's not practical, but they could still be doing that. There are a few communities in Genesee County that still do their own separate from Genesee County Central Dispatch. But as part of joining Central Dispatch, some of the radio projects that have been done for the local police departments and the local fire departments, some of the tornado siren related things, as you probably heard last night going off, those also have to have some updates. The sheriff and Trent and myself discussed that today. For some of the repeaters on these tornado sirens are gonna have to be updated. They all worked last night, but
Garrett, did you have something?
No.
Okay. Anybody else? Any comments? All right, roll call.
Well, I was just gonna say, I would note that the $3, it's a surcharge per line, and that's the maximum allowable surcharge.
correct.
Once we go to $3, we can't go to $3.35 in a year.
Not under the current legislation.
Right, so unless the state legislature changed something, this is the maximum, and we're already line to line for expenditures and incomes. Of course, after prices are gonna continue to increase in the year, so people eventually start dipping down below that line, become unsustainable.
I also noticed from our committee meeting yesterday, a lot of the counties have not just the surcharge, they have a millage on top of it. We don't have a millage. The surcharge, that funds it, no millage. So we're doing fine. I think we're pretty lean over there.
And the other thing was, in top of being the income and the expenses about being the same, you have these federal mandates that are coming in several years that we have to somehow fulfill and pay for. And we would have to dip out of a different fund to pay for those if this didn't pass.
I think this goes to a large.
Oh,
go ahead. So you had something, oh, go ahead.
No, dipping into another fund.
Oh, no.
This issue keeps raising your blood pressure.
Right.
I think one of the things that I like about this move is that we are getting ahead of the curve. In 3 or 4 or 5 years, we could be looking at a serious drop in revenue for something that we need. And instead of rushing and overcharging and running millages in 5 years when we've already run out of money, I think it's a good move now to make. So.
Anything else? Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Shepherd,
No.
Commissioner Haley,
Yes.
Commissioner Holzhausen,
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson,
Yes.
Commissioner Garber,
Yes.
Commissioner Howard,
Yes.
and Chairman Broder.
Yes.
I move to approve the minutes of the April 14th, 2026 Public Safety and Courts Committee meeting.
Howard support.
Motion with support. Any discussion on those minutes? All in favor of approving those minutes signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Minutes are approved. Thank you, Commissioner Haley. Commissioner Garber.
Thank you. I move to approve the use of up to $50,000 from the Solid Waste Fund, Waste Management Fund 230, to fund 2 household hazardous waste collections in 2026.
Support.
The motion with Gary supporting. Discussion on that item?
Very briefly, it's a slight increase of about $10,000, but Larry had to get a new vendor to do this. The dates are going to be July 18th at VG's and then October 24th, but that is to be determined what location. In addition, these are for solid waste. There will be a tire collection that is going to be July 25th at the Road Commission. So tires don't go to the one on the 18th or the 24th, but they can go to the one on July 25th.
I think you misspoke. It's not for solid
Oh,
waste, it's for hazardous waste.
Hazardous waste, yes.
You know, if the various toxins under your sink at home, it's, I think, a very good thing to do. Because that sort of thing is highly, highly polluting to end up in the ground. So I really like this.
July
July
18th
At VG's.
at VG's.
is the hazardous waste.
And
25th.
usually they will collect the hazardous waste until the truck is full. I'm not sure how often they fill it up, but I think that's their limit. Other discussion, questions? Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Haley,
Yes.
Commissioner Olshausen,
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson,
Yes.
Commissioner Garber,
Yes.
Commissioner Howard.
Yes.
Commissioner Shepherd,
Yes.
Chairman Broder.
Yes.
I move to authorize the health director to hire a summer public health intern at $18 per hour, not to exceed the grant funding.
Haley supports.
Motion with support.
We do this every year. It'll cost the county about $300 and most of it's paid for by the Cook Foundation. Larry did say yesterday that this intern would be working on the hazardous waste, or the solid waste. There we go. I got it back. The solid waste plan that we have to do for us for recycling.
Any other questions? Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Olshausen,
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson,
Yes.
Commissioner Garber,
Yes.
Commissioner Howard,
Yes.
Commissioner Shepherd,
Yes.
Commissioner Haley,
Yes.
Chairman Broder.
Yes.
I move to approve the minutes of the April 14th, 2026 Health and Human Services Committee meeting.
Howard supports.
Motion with support. Any discussion on those minutes? All in favor of approving those minutes signify by saying aye. Opposed? Minutes are approved. Thank you all. Appreciate it. This time, just a couple of words from me. I wanted to say that our land bank again is doing great work. So much so that we had a group from Jackson come and meet in this room because apparently we have this statewide reputation of doing everything right, and they wanted to learn from us. So they came up here, we gave them some advice. It's 2 hours long, I think. It really went quite a while, to a point we sort of had to end it. But I'm very proud of our land bank. We're doing some terrific work. There's also there's an SEDP thing out at the Shiawassee Speedway on Wednesday, I think at 2 o'clock. I'd have to look that up. To be honest, I'm not exactly sure who can participate in that.
Justin sent out an invitation.
Pardon me?
Justin sent out an invitation.
Oh, very good. So I know I'm gonna go to that. Just to reiterate the SCOA thing, we talked about everything's really smoothing out nicely at SCOA. I'm also on the VAAA board, which does some funding for SCOA, the Valley Area on Aging, and I'm always pushing them to spend some of the money they've accumulated. They're not necessarily real happy with me over there, but I just didn't think that they should be sitting on $20 million. The Materials Management Board, we are finally going to start to move. We're having, I don't want to say our first meeting, but we're having a meeting. We're going to do a reorganization, that is a reauthorization, who's the chair and all that, things that we do. But Larry and I have gone to and have been looking at other counties and what they're doing. The strategy was for us to kind of slow walk the Materials Management Board and let other counties do a lot of the legwork and see what they're doing, what's working for them, what's not. It's actually worked pretty well. We're going there, and we're going to come with a lot of other people's work. So that's a nice thing. Obviously, our goal on materials management is to adhere to the state law without damaging our county budget, because they're not going to be funding that. So there will be reports to you from us on that. I have no doubt whatsoever. And finally, as Gary mentioned, the community mental health and the shakeup over there is still an ongoing thing. The recent court case did get dismissed by the judge. And he did comment, if I understand it right, I'm not an attorney, that the state can reissue yet another RFP to see if anybody wants to take over the functions of the mid-state group and the others in the state. So stay tuned for that. I don't know how they can possibly have time before next November, but we'll see what's going on there. So community mental health is still really in a difficult transition period. Fortunately, we have an awesome chair over there. That's all for me. Dr. Boggs.
Yeah, I have a handful of things. So we're still underway with the audit. We're hoping to have that presented to you sooner than later. So usually we present that to you in June, because it's due July 1. We're still hoping to be able to do that in May of this year. So that'll be next month, assuming that everything goes according to plan. Next month, we will also have a little longer discussion related to Pete's office and some of the functions. We're going to be looking at contracts and reviewing some of the functions and adjusting things. He did turn those in to Eric and myself this week, and we are reviewing them, but we weren't quite ready to have them for prime time for this week. One of the other things that we will also be discussing is a potential blight ordinance that you can share with your townships. And a contract to go with it, but we are still working out those details. But we will have that discussion for you hopefully next week or next month. So as a preview of that, we have received good news on several fronts related to grants for both the land bank and the county. And so there will be some, the city of Durant, I'm gonna go through all of them because the land bank, the Brownfield, and the Board of Commissioners has worked or touched all of these in some way, shape, or form, even if they're not the approving board. The city of Durant is going to be receiving CDBG funds of $1.27 million to develop 17 new residential homes, single-family homes. Then Shiawassee County is receiving $525,000 to assist with finishing a subdivision called Creek Point of 7 new residential homes. The homeowner rehabilitation program for the Shiawassee County Land Bank is receiving $1.229 million to help approximately 61 owner-occupied homes do some rehabilitation. And then there's going to be a rental rehab program of $500,000 that the land bank also received, which should be able to help approximately 25 or so rental properties. All of that is about $4.1 million of grant money that will be coming into the Shiawassee County area to help with home improvements, to help with rental improvements, and to build some new additional homes. Of that, the county will receive $364,000 of administration fees. Now, some of that will go to contractors, environmental studies. You will have some awards to make at the next Board of Commissioners meeting for a third-party administrator to handle some of the grant details. But in addition to that, it will cover take off some of the burden off of the general fund of some things. It should cover approximately 10% of everyone's salaries in this office and some of Julie's salary. So that we should have some additional savings as a result of getting these grants available in the general fund. But we got to work through all of the details. The last thing I would talk about is I was on the phone with the emergency manager until about 1:30 in the morning, and then again starting at 6:30 this past morning. We had quite a bit of wind and water damage in the southern part of the county, particularly in the Grand area. And so the emergency manager filed some request with the board chair, who signed a local state of emergency, and the governor has approved the local states of emergency, which opens up the possibility of reimbursements to locals such as the road commission and some of the other emergency providers for services that they've had to perform over the last 24 hours. Specifically on April 4th, the Shiawassee County sustained a widespread damage and infrastructure caused by heavy rain accumulation. So we start with the rain, because this is not just yesterday, but overall. And then on the 14th and 15th, severe weather events, including additional significant winds, significant rains and high winds caused further damage throughout the county. So between the two, it has damaged multiple structures, several homes, created hazards, had significant culvert failures and numerous road washouts impacting transportation routes and public safety. So Trent has prepared this, and Chairman Berger executed it, and the governor has approved Trent just texted me a little while ago, a state of emergency. So that will open up the potential for local funding to the local units for their help and assistance in mitigating this. That is all I have.
Thank you, Dr. Boggs. If I may, again, piggyback on some of what Dr. Boggs said about all the grants we have coming in and so on through our landfill, our land bank and our brownfield and so on. One of the things I learned as we met with the group from Jackson was the terrific difference. We have a fabulous working relationship between the SEDP, who does pretty much all of our legwork, Dr. Boggs, who coordinates it, our grant writers. We have this wonderful team for the land bank, and from day one, we were very just opportunistic. We looked for ways to do things for this county, whether it's development of light or whatever it was that we could do. And the Jackson folks came in, and what did they do? This will all sound very familiar to you. They formed committees and did studies and got, went out there for community input and that sort of thing. They get a nice big glossy, it looked really nice report. And what do you suppose they've done with that? Nothing. In the meantime, we've brought millions of dollars into Shiawassee County. I really like the way our land bank works. Yes.
Just one thing, Trent just texted me, confirmed that the weather service, that there was an EF0 tornado up to 80 miles per hour, 2-mile track, Newburgh Road from Lansing Road east towards Durand. Everything else was straight line winds that happened yesterday.
Talking about good stuff, and then you interrupt me with tornadoes. Anyway, I would have been remiss if I didn't say what a great job Dr. Boggs and the SEDP and so on have been doing, because that's why we're getting all this money. The land bank board, much like this, we meet once a month. We discuss these things, but the real expertise of the legwork is done here in this building. It's just been terrific, I think. Thank you for that time. This is our second opportunity for the public to address this board. Is there anybody? Nobody? Going once, twice, 3 times, we're adjourned.